Hello, everybody, and welcome to Trade with Precision free newsletter. My name is Tamar Mehr. Now, I get a lot the question of what do you like to trade, and I answer whatever moves. And really, at Trade with Precision, we trade any markets that give us good trading opportunities, and it's a good trending market. So, be it at commodities, indices, forex, stocks, whatever it's going to be, if it's got a good trend and it's moving nicely and there are good trading opportunities, this is where we'll be. So, I want to give you a little bit of what I'm looking for in the next couple of days and a little bit of everything really. So let's start with treasury bonds. So let's take a look. And what we had here, this is the daily chart, and we had a lovely uptrend going on. And what we've got here right now is a pullback into the buy zone, which is the area between the 10 and the 20 moving averages. Currently, we have a nice bullish candle right here in the buy zone. I'm looking for a break of this candle to signal the continuation of this uptrend. So this market has been and still high on my watch list. The next one that I really love the look of is sugar. Now, sugar has been in quite a good downtrend, giving us ample opportunities to trade it to the short side. And right now, let's take a look what we've got. This is the daily chart, and we have a level of support and resistance right here at the $15 mark. So let's just put that in, and you can see that this is also the previous low over here. The market has pulled back into that level and rejected that level. So currently we have a bearish candle sitting here in the sell zone. A break of this candle will signal a continuation of the downtrend. We also have the indicator converging to the downside and pushing lower. So right now I'm looking for reason to short this market off this $15 level. Now, just a quick reminder as we move to the next market is that we have limited trading hours this week due to the festive season. So whatever market that you're looking to trade, make sure you're aware when it's open and when it's closed, because that can affect your position. So the next market that I want to take a look at is the Dow. So now we're moving to the index. So let's take a look and let's start with the monthly. So what we've got here on the monthly is a beautiful uptrend. We pulled back into the buy zone and we pushed higher. And this month we pulled back into the buy zone and then we pushed higher. Currently we have a lovely rejection candle, a beautiful bullish candle right here for this month. So let's take a look at the weekly, and from the weekly what's interesting is that we have broke this uptrend by making this lower low, but we just pushed higher into a higher high. If we can break this high over here, then the market will turn back into an uptrend. So coming down into the daily, let's just see where the daily is sitting. And what we can see from the daily is that big push that we had a pullback, and then we have two very strong day right over here with a day of rejection of the high, a little bit of consolidation, a small candle right here. So there's a little bit of indecision when it's come to this candle right around here. So I'll be bullish this index if and we can break this high over here. However, if we'll reject this and we have a break or to the low of this candle, it will look a lot more bearish than bullish to me. So right now the way the candle is at the moment is in between the high and the low of the previous candle. So there really isn't much change from today. However, a break of this high would look very bullish, especially from the weekly point of view. And then we will have the daily, the weekly and the monthly all in agreement and in an uptrend. However, if we break the low of this candle, then we might be seeing another lower high coming into the market on the daily. So watching this market quite closely. And by the way, the S&P looks very similar to the Dow on this stage. Now let's move to the Forex, and a few of the Forex that I'm watching and I quite like is dollar yen. So let's take a look and let's bring up the higher time frame as well on dollar yen. So I want to take a look at the monthly to start with. And what we can see on the monthly is that we are in a very nice uptrend over here. The next level that we can expect to have support and resistance is somewhere around this area, around the 125. So we do have a way until we get there. The indicators are converging to the upside and looking quite good. So let's look how the weekly looks like. And what we can see from the weekly is that pullback that we have is basically a pullback into the bison. We just touched the bison and then we rejected and move higher. So a beautiful bullish candle for last week. And currently this week we already broke the high of this candle, signaling a bullish move. So coming into the daily, basically going down the time frame and looking for trading opportunity to join this trend. Now you can see that from the daily we don't look as the same as we were on the weekly with that very nice and strong uptrend, but right now we are pushing higher and we can see this high taken as well. So really from the monthly and the weekly is where the bullish of this market come from, less from the daily. So what I'll do, I'll go down the time frame and I'll look for trading opportunities on lower time frames such as the 1 hour, the 2 hour, with the direction of the much higher time frame being the weekly and the monthly. So currently what we've got here, this is the 1 hour, beautiful uptrend here on the 1 hour. We can see a pullback into the moving averages and move away. We can utilize yesterday high, which is this level, or the pivot that sits here as well. So any trading opportunity that we've got in order to get into a position and continue this market to the upside. So this is one market on the Forex. The next one that I really like the look of is Euro Aussie. Now with Euro Aussie, let's take a look at the daily. What we've got here on the daily is a lovely uptrend, and this is a very strong level. This is the level of 1.5. So we can see it has been a level of support and resistance in the past. We have touches here, over here, here's some more, and over here as well. So a pullback into this level and a continuation of the uptrend is what I'm looking for. So right now for this day we have a nice small bullish candle right here in the buy zone, so looking quite good. If we go down the time frame, and I want to bring in the 12 hours, so let's go into that. So what we can see is that we had a bullish candle right over here, and then we had this consolidation. We'll look down the time frame to see how this consolidation looked like. But what we really got here is we couldn't break this high, but we also didn't break the low down here. So what I'll do is go down time frame, go into the 1 hour and see what the indicators are telling me and what is more likely to happen. Will the market break to the high or to the low? So you can see this consolidation right around here. So up until here, what we didn't have nice conversion coming from the indicator, but when we got to this high, currently the indicators, as you can see, starts to converge and push higher. So I'm looking to see if the market can break, if I can get some sort of a flat level and then a break through that, and I would look to trade it to the long side. Another possibility could be a daily candle, so basically taking it off the daily, or a more aggressive approach will be to take it off the lower time frame, which a much tighter stop loss perhaps underneath this new higher low over here if the market go indeed ahead and break through this level, starting a new uptrend on this time frame. So if you want to learn more about how we look for trading opportunities, what it is that we're looking to trade, which are the market that we are looking at, and the reason for the trading opportunities, and what sort of strategies are we going to utilize on different markets, then please join us on our next webinar. So we're actually having a bit of a break, and we're coming back at the first week of January. So the first webinar that we've got is on the 7th of January, and that is high performance trading for a busy lifestyle. So it would be great if you can join us on this webinar. But until then, I wish you happy holidays and a fantastic and successful new year. Bye for now.